This is Kevin Heiser with IT Martini. We're here in Indianapolis for IT Martini Hour 15, and I'm here with Brandon Corbin, VP of Product for a company called StatsSquared. Brandon, very nice to meet you.
Thanks, sir.
Tell us a little bit about StatsSquared. What is it?
So the whole premise is to be able to analyze how effective you're on social media, right? So how effective are each of the tweets that I'm doing? To be able to go and say, okay, when I do a tweet and I'm driving this much traffic to my website, which tweets are actually doing that? Then to also be able to compare it to any competition that might be out there.
Okay, so it sounds like there's some level of analytics tracking to it, because I think of when I send out a tweet, I never have a clue. Did anyone actually read it? Did they click on my link? What's the case? So what kind of information from an analytics standpoint are you currently giving? Yeah,
so right now it's all integrated with Twitter. So we have the ability to go through, and if you do a tweet, let's say you're using Bitly as your URL shortener, we can go through and say, okay, you have this many followers, you have this many clicks, so we can actually generate a click-through rate for those specific links. And again, it's going to go through anybody who's using any type of Bitly URL shortener. So the Pro, the Enterprise versions. So we have a lot of people who are going through comparing it to themselves and to their competition as well.
Excellent. And you and I had talked a little bit earlier, and you'd mentioned this idea came out of Startup Weekend. Tell me a little bit about Startup Weekend, because that was only 3-4 weeks ago. How you guys came together, what the idea behind it was, did it change a little bit, and what you've accomplished in such a short period of time?
Yeah, absolutely. No, so with the Startup Weekend, right, it's where everybody gets together, about 60 people, and some ideas are pitched. Now, none of us had the original idea. Actually, somebody else had the original idea, but he had 2 ideas that he pitched. The other one went on and became a product as well. So what happens is the ones who vote, whichever ideas go on to be the highest voted, teams just naturally kind of coalesce together, and we all 5 just kind of were like, yeah, let's do it. No one had any vision for what it was going to be, and so we're looking at it, and a few of us really use Twitter a lot, and said, well, if I had a tool that would do it, this is exactly what I would want it to do. And so I can now look across the 30 Twitter accounts that I manage and have a real quick view of what's happening across all of those accounts.
Okay, you've made an interesting statement there. You can look across 30 different Twitter accounts. Now, to me, that makes me think of companies that may be doing SEO, doing different types of marketing, search engine marketing, those types of things. Is that the idea behind it, or who do you see as the target customer?
So right now it's going to be anybody who's a social media consultant, right? And that's, again, we're not Twitter squared, we're StatsSquared. So the idea being, let's really be able to master Twitter, and now we're starting to work on Facebook. Now let's start looking at Google Analytics. Let's see if we can take all of the analytics packages that are out there, be able to cross-correlate that data, and be able to give you a really user-friendly and consumable view of what's happening across your whole spectrum.
Okay, so the whole spectrum, is that across one client with different types of avenues such as Facebook, etc., or is that I can look at my whole book of business and see what's going on with the whole book of business at once?
Ideally, it's going to be the whole book of business, right? So right now, you could go and follow every single one of your competitors and be able to see exactly what they're doing. So this isn't like you have to authenticate, that you have to be the owner of that account. We're just really using a lot of the data that's out there, but being able to mix it together in ways that haven't been done before.
Excellent. Well, we definitely appreciate having you here at the IT Martini. As people have been talking to you, what's the reception to this been? It seems like there's not really a whole lot of good analytics programs. It seems like you've kind of mastered something with the seeing multiple accounts at once. What's the reception been?
Been phenomenal, actually. A lot of people come up and they hear social analytics. It's like, well, I've got Hootsuite, or I have this, or I have that. But the fact of the matter is, you only have one view of what's happening with that one account. So to be able to go and see, oh, well, my competition's doing this, and they're getting this type of click-through rate, then what are they doing different than I'm not? And I can start honing my message to be able to kind of mimic that and start actually increasing my click-through rates.
Excellent. And as people are going to the ballot box tonight, and they're going to vote for the Community Choice Award winner, we've got 8 great companies here tonight. What's the one last thing you'd want them to remember?
Vote for StatsSquared. It's a popularity contest now, right? That's it.
Sounds good. Brandon, it was wonderful meeting you. Thank you for attending tonight.
Appreciate it.